Hi, this is JJ again, coming at you from the road in Raleigh, North Carolina. When I first heard about this podcast, I was told to listen to certain episodes to get a feel for what our host, Miss Valerie, was trying to accomplish. I did that. When she gave out her mailing address, I wrote it down. She asked for stories, and I sent her one. She said she liked it. Not sure exactly what I wrote, but it was probably something about my little magpie. Since then, I have contributed a number of pieces to the podcast. My overall theme, to start with, I was still in what I expected was to be a long-term relationship with my magpie. So I spoke about her, our ups and downs, and the strange feelings this type of relationship instilled in me. But on retrospect, I think I wanted my overarching theme to be one about my humanity. I didn't wake up one morning and decide to be a criminal. I didn't know anyone that had ever done that. But I ended up a criminal. And I surely never went to sleep with the thoughts of landing on death row. Yet, the result of my criminal activities made that a reality. In the beginning, I didn't classify myself as a criminal. It was just a part of the life I was living. And even though I lived that life for a while, I still didn't feel like the proverbial bad guy. I had been a thief. It was a gradual thing. The decisions were my own, and I accept responsibility for them. But my minor indiscretions escalated when I got a job at a store. My public job was to work the gas pumps, stock shelves, and work in the garage. The owner slowly introduced me to relieving merchandise from any and all delivery trucks that would bring stock he had ordered. I was rather good at it. It didn't necessarily take any particular skill, just a willingness to do it, to do so in a way that made it appear it was a part of my normal duties. When I often think back to these times, I don't feel like I was depriving any one person of their property, as the store owner said the insurance companies took care of it, so no sweat. While working there, other opportunities presented themselves. Criminal opportunities. If someone wanted to buy some weed, I knew where to get it, or had it myself. I knew who might have what you were looking for, or would be willing to go get it. I never gave most of it a second thought. I traveled in circles that were far-reaching, far-ranging. I would do legitimate work. These other ventures were just ancillary parts of my life. It just seemed to be a part of who I was. I wasn't violent. I'd experienced too much violence at home. I shied away from those people that were violent just to be so. But some people I dealt with were serious-minded and wouldn't hesitate to do what was necessary to protect their family and their property. That was natural, common, expected even. Maybe what I'm trying to say is that I was no street thug. I was kind and polite. I helped people that needed help. I'd give things away from the store to people that had need and use of them at no cost. I joked with the jokers and played with the kids. I was approachable, even genial. That part of myself has never changed. So when I say I didn't wake up one morning and decide to be a criminal, I can also say I never lost my humanity while living that lifestyle. It was just a part of the circle I was a part of. I'm not attempting to justify any wrong thing I've ever done. If I did it, I own it. But life isn't always black and white. Sometimes it's more shades of gray with splashes of brighter and duller colors thrown in. But eventually, I went to prison. Again, at others' request, I committed 2 felonies. I pled guilty, did my short stint, and got out. On parole, I had to live with my parents and keep a job. I did that. While I might not have been 100% reformed, I did what I was supposed to do. Then I started smoking weed again. Not a bad thing, weed, but it put me in contact with my former circle. Not good. Then I allowed myself to be led into crime again. I repeat, I allowed myself. I still accept responsibility for what I did, but I never set out to come to prison or the road. Circumstances that I can't quite get into led me to the road. I could have fought them, maybe could have changed the trajectory of my life, but I failed to do so. In the end, a man lost his life that didn't have to. I'm sorry it happened, but I can't change it. If you're a fly on the wall in my cell at night, you'll be able to see and hear the nightmares I experience. There are two basic themes to these nightmares, and neither are nice, nor pretty, nor full of glittering light. In closing, I repeat, black and white is just a concept, but one that seems the morally superior tack on to take away responsibility for themselves and others they see as less than blank, and you can fill in the blank. At times, my morality was questionable. At times, I acted less than I knew I should. I am human, and I err. The end.